It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee. Next, we're off to the coast of Maine, in Westbrook, a town just outside Portland, to meet Kate Shaffer. Kate first opened the doors of Ragged Coast Chocolates and the tiny island of Isla Haute in 2007, where with no prior candy-making experience, Kate and her husband brought an unexpected dream to life while living on a Maine island they'd grown to love. Kate shows us firsthand what goes into the making of her award-winning confections, which are prized for their artistry and local flavors.
My name is Kate Shaffer, and I'm the owner and founder with my husband Steve of Ragged Coast Chocolates. And Ragged Coast Chocolates is an artisanal chocolate company. We make everything by hand. Kind of our thing is that we use fresh ingredients that we source from local gardeners and farmers from around Maine. We decided in 2007 to start a chocolate company on a tiny island in down east Maine called Isla Haute. At the time, I think we had about 40 year-round residents. We thought, here's a business model. We need something portable and shippable. What can communicate a sense of place? Because obviously we can't sustain a business on 40 people. And what we came up with was chocolate. I didn't know anything about chocolate, but I thought, well, how hard can it be, right? Turns out it's kind of hard. I just started learning by making it and using it. I read a lot of books. I took an online course. We had just gotten internet access on the island at the time, so I was able to take an online course. We opened a cafe in our home, in our living room, and had a full chocolate counter and also offered breakfast and lunch. I think the first year, maybe I would get 10, 12 visitors a day. By 2009, we were featured in a couple of pretty big food magazines, so we started to get a lot more business. That felt pretty good. So our production facility is located in Westbrook, Maine, which is just west of Portland. It's on the Presumpscot River, which is a beautiful river, and our back door looks over the river. Most recently, we started making nut butter cups, so peanut butter cups, and I love tahini. I love tahini so much, I want to marry it. And I thought, well, tahini would go good with chocolate. We do make a tahini cup that is, in my mind, so delicious. And we really just rely on fresh ingredients, knowing where it comes from and knowing how to work with it. No batch is the same. You know, the mint is different every year. The raspberries are different every year. The strawberries are different every year. So we start with chocolate that is in temper, which is just a method of heating and cooling chocolates so that when it sets, it has a nice satiny finish and it has a nice snap to it. Once our chocolate is in temper, then we can start working with it. For instance, I will take a mold and I will flood the entire mold with chocolate and then dump it out and then let that layer of chocolate harden. Once that's hard, I'll fill it with ganache so that it's just below the surface of the mold, so that when it does set and I put that last layer of chocolate on, it's completely sealed. This is a tall order, but I really want my customers to feel connected as I do to what they're eating. What they're first going to notice is that it just tastes good. And they're not gonna know why, but hopefully they're gonna wanna know why it tastes so good, and then investigate that why by reading about where we source our ingredients and why that's important to us. Everybody smiles when you talk about chocolate. It's impossible not to smile.